Hi, everyone. I'm honored to be delivering the PBK speech on behalf of Summiya, and I hope I can do her words justice. As we graduated in 2020, we stepped into a world marked by not only its fragility, but also its inequity. The time of COVID-19 laid bare the systemic and structural inequalities present all around us and brought into focus our collective duty to address these disparities as we move forward in our lives and careers. During this time, we witnessed marginalized communities across the globe bearing the brunt of the pandemic. Inequities and disparities due to gender, race, age, ethnicity, and social status resulted in unequal exposure to health and economic risks. Whether it was due to barriers to healthcare, unsafe living conditions, or the overrepresentation of minorities in high-risk essential jobs, what we saw was an uneven loss of life, capital, and opportunity. The pandemic not only highlighted the pre-existing disparities in our systems, but also exacerbated those disparities. As work became remote, less educated and lower-paid workers were unable to work remotely and more vulnerable to job losses. As schools closed, under-resourced students lost access to school meals, digital technologies, and the social and emotional support of educational institutions. By bringing to the forefront the limitations of our institutions to care for all in times of need, this pandemic has created an opportunity for our generation to build a different future, a more equal one. We must start by redefining what success means to us. It should not be defined by GDP per capita of the countries we reside in, the stock prices of the companies we work for, or the sizes of the real estate we own. Our success must be defined by the well-being of the most disadvantaged individual living in our communities. Because if anything, the last 2 years have proved that true resilience in times of crisis does not merely come through an abundance of resources, but through an equal access to those resources. As the class of 2020, we graduated at the brink of this challenge, and we must let it inspire us as we continue to move forward. Let us not remember 2020 as the year that a pandemic messed up our graduation plans. Let us instead remember it as the year that unveiled the critical gaps in our society that require our attentions and energies. Let 2020 inspire us to create structural changes and build networks of support in every space that we inhabit. Let 2020 be defined by our commitment to equity and inclusion so that the next time a disaster strikes, we meet it as one equal, resilient body. Congratulations to the class of 2020 for graduating in the face of this challenge, for graduating with an awareness and an opportunity to create a better world, and for graduating from a place like Williams that has not only instilled in us an appreciation of these challenges, but also a desire to create positive change. So stand up, be an ally, and don't forget to lift as you climb. Thank you.